Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Hearthstone the Basics. Today I will be showing off another relatively cheap deck that is pretty good. I was surprised at how well this deck actually handled. And it's a rogue tempo deck. So tempo as opposed to aggro, instead of just trying to empty your hand as absolutely quickly as possible, you're trying to make the best possible play with the amount of mana that you have. So you see a bunch of, if you take a quick look at the curve, you can see pretty much everything is 0, 1, and 2 drops. So this deck is, you want to get on the board early, and then you want to make sure you stay on the board and just make good trades and, chip your opponent away little by little. So you can see a bunch. We've got 1 drops, 2 drops, lots of 2 drops, a couple of 3s, a 4, and a 5. So typically if you don't win early, you might not win. And typically with decks like this, one of the big issues is if somebody throws down a bunch of taunts, it can be really difficult to get through them. But Rogue has a couple of fairly good tools for dealing with taunts. So we have Sap, 2 mana, return a minion to your opponent's hand. So 2 minions say goodbye to a taunt. Eviscerate is deal 4 if you can play a card before it, which is usually enough to get through, a decent amount of taunts. Cold Blood gives +4 attack to a minion. This does require you to trade a minion, but this deck is really good at having low-cost minions that you don't need to worry about a whole lot on the board. So Cold Blood's pretty good at removing taunts, but it's also really good as like your finishing move to make sure you got that extra 4 damage or 8 damage if you have both to finish the game off. Bloodsail Raider, if you have either your Serrated Tooth or your Hero Power weapon equipped, it's a 2 mana 3/3, which is pretty good. We have a Bloodsail Howler. I think this is the only rare card in the deck. Let me just double check. Oh, SI7 Agent is also a rare. And Elven Minstrel. So there's 6 rare cards in the whole deck. Everything else is common, basic, or classic. So this deck is quite cheap. So Bloodsail Howler has Rush, so it can attack other minions on the first turn. It just can't attack the enemy hero. Gain +1/+1 for each other pirate you control. So we have a couple of pirates, South Sea Deckhand, Bloodsail Raiders, excuse me. Sharkfin Fan summons pirates each time you attack with your hero. So that's primarily how you build up the Bloodsail Howler. Elven Minstrel's a really good card for this deck because we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's about more than half the deck is minions, and this card allows you to draw 2 minions. And it allows you from running out of steam. And then Fungalmancer is also really powerful since it buffs a bunch of our really weak minions to be a lot harder to remove. So let's go ahead and get into a game, and we can see how this works against opponents.
Versus Tyrande.
Okay, so this will be a really good example of either we will run away with this game or we will not do very well. So I want to try and get as many low-cost minions as possible, but Hinge Clan Thug is a really good card, so I'll keep 1. Okay, that's pretty good. We're going second, which I'd rather go first.
Is someone injured? Blessings to you.
And that is why I want to go first. But And we're not going to attack this, because whenever a minion is healed, they get to draw a card. So if I attack it, they'll just heal it, and they get a card draw. And I need to be able to win as quickly as possible, and letting them draw is not a way to win, usually. I figured that was going to happen. Not a whole lot I can really do about that, though. So I'm actually going to coin out the Henge Clan Thug.
Justice is mine.
And I'll attack him. Priests are notoriously bad at removing 4 attack minions. They have one spell that will remove any minion with 5 or more attack. Okay. I see what's going on here. Yeah. This is not good. Oh. Never mind. We're fine. Ripperino.
Justice is mine.
That is totally okay by me, because he just spent his whole turn to do that.
X marks the spot.
Rules! Hold it!
And I'm going to save my weapon charge here, so Death Rattle, give your minions a rush. So I'm going to save this for an opportunity when he has minions on the board, where I can say, play this SI7 agent, deal 2 damage to it, attack with my hero, and then I could attack with my SI7 agent to clear the minion, if needed. But we'll see if that is even necessary.
Is someone injured?
It's playtime!
Okay.
It's playtime!
Ooh, this will be good.
Ha! This guy's toast.
Justice is mine.
Hey, lights out.
And just like I expected, saving that weapon charge turned out to be really good. And let's see, 3, 6, 9, 2 is 11,
Is someone
plus 6 damage basically. So we have enough for lethal, because we have 17 damage.
Hold it!
Die.
Hey, lights out.
And like I said, oh, mother, really? How did they moved it? When did they move it? Well, I can't use that game now.
Maiev versus Thrall. For Doomhammer.
None can escape my fury.
Okay, another shaman. Okay. Last shaman we faced, we did not do so well. So hopefully we'll do a little better this time and maybe put a win on the board this time. That is, if he wants to play at all. Well, about time. Don't want him to have spell power. Shamans tend to have a decent batch of spells, and giving them even one spell power can make it really hard to come back from anything. And that card, we saw it in the last game, not a card you want to just let sit on the field and get out of control. So
The elements will destroy you.
well, back to trying to build the board again. Again with this. And of course he gets the top. How do I want to do this? I think I want to do it this way.
Ha, this guy's toast.
Justice is mine.
Just trying to keep as many things on the board, because that's kind of how we win.
Arena's full. Beat it.
So let's see, that'll be a 4 and a 3, which is pretty good. Maybe I want to put it there though. I'll make that a 5.
Think.
Yeah, I think I want to...
Quickly.
We'll do this.
Justice is mine.
Lights out.
That was a good 8-drop for him to get. That could have been a lot worse. Mind you, this is pretty bad still.
Think. X marks the spot.
I definitely did that wrong, but
Justice is mine.
Lights out.
definitely did that in the wrong order. Whatever. I should have weaponed first and then played the Bloodsail Raider, so it would have gotten the extra attack, but I'm just not thinking clearly tonight.
Justice is mine.
2, 4, 6, 7. Plus 8 is 15. Not quite lethal.
I wonder.
Wonder.
I wonder.
Yeah, me too. Wonder what's taking him so long to play. It seems like he's playing like a value, mid-range, like heavy taunt shaman.
Little time.
So I kind of figure that his play should be relatively easy. Play big taunt dude, play spell that revives it. I don't really get why he's roping like this. And if he left, I guess free win. I might not necessarily have deserved it, but
Justice is mine. I already attacked.
well,
There's little time.
we'll find out if he left or not. Yep, looks like my opponent left. Well, that's unfortunate. Because to be honest, probably shouldn't have. But let us try and get another good match in. Instead of my opponent left mid-game match.
Maiev versus Anduin. The light shall bring
Okay.
None can escape my fury.
Okay, so... I'm not sure how I want to do this. I think I have to... I'm just going to keep this. As much as I'd like to get a 1-drop, I don't think I'd necessarily get it. I'm just hoping that this priest doesn't have anything on 1 or anything significant on 2. Okay.
Greetings.
Hail, friend.
Always greet back and be polite. I figured that was going to be what he would play.
Justice is mine.
I'm hoping that he heals, attacks this.
Do you like to play with fire?
Okay, maybe not. Of course. And he's just gonna leave it up? Oh, no. Mind you, that wasn't necessarily that great of a play either.
Justice is mine.
Okay. We have a decent hold on this board. If we can keep this hold, we might be able to push for a strong win here. Because he did use a Divine Spirit, which is usually important for these kind of spell combo priests. Okay, so we're going to have a 1-1 taunt and probably another 1-1 taunt. That was kind of a dumb move, but you know, I'm not here to judge.
Justice is mine.
Well, that's both his wild pyromancers, which will help because then he won't be able to just burn our board away every turn. And that was one of those, I never learned the name of this, sand drudge. So he's one less card that can just spawn 1/1 taunts and be annoying.
I wonder.
And he's low on cards, which for us is good. Because then things like that happen where he just passes a turn.
Justice is mine.
Lights out.
And we're just going to start chipping away at him because he needs cards, likely. So hopefully we can just spend some time getting some good chip damage in, wear him down, and as we draw, hopefully we'll be able to get good cards to help us grow our board and help win. Pass. Please just pass. That would be so good if you just pass. Yes. I don't want to just play a 1-1. I really want the draw though.
Think.
I'll do this.
There once was a man. Lights out.
Justice is mine.
I almost attacked with him first instead of with my hero, since he gets the buff every time my hero attacks. And I'm glad we got the other Elven Minstrel. We'll be able to... Okay, we'll get the last one of these things out of the way too. Worst case scenario, I can sap it and he'll have to play it again next turn. Seance, okay. How much does that cost? 3? Good, he can't play it again. 2 mana that you want to use on that? Inner Fire? Okay. At this point, his attack doesn't really matter. Ooh, Fungal Mancer. I want the other cards more though, I think. And I don't have something for 3 mana. But I do have other things for 2. do this. So let's do that. Do that. Do this. Oh! Yeah, screw it. I messed up. I should have attacked with this guy first because he has charge only while I have a weapon equipped. And that was my last weapon charge. Noob mistake. So, this guy's not at full health, and I didn't do 6 damage to his face, but he's staring down a pretty bad situation. I don't really care too much about this. I just need to get the taunts out of the way, and then I can just hit him in the face a bunch. Okay, that's a taunt clear, then. It was probably going to do that anyway.
Justice is mine.
And there we go. We pulled through on that one. And I definitely think that one was, a huge part of that one was the fact that we were able to get on the board. And we got both of his wild pyromancers killed, and he used a bunch of spells to try and clear our board early, but we managed to stay on the board. Oh, and I got a quest completed. Well, I hope you enjoyed that couple of games with Tempo Rogue. If you end up making the deck and playing it, let me know how you do. Obviously, this is supposed to be a budget deck, so it's supposed to be cheap. It's not supposed to be the most well-optimized version of this deck, but I think even being a budget deck, I think this would actually outperform the Hunter decks I did, and I really like those Hunter decks. So go ahead and, leave a comment down below letting me know how you do if you decide to play these. Go ahead and hit that subscribe and like button if you liked the video and the videos that I make. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.